Now on Good Morning Northwest, help for families struggling to get into a home. For the first time in 8 years, assistance is available. What to know if you need that help.
That forecasted heat wave we've been talking about has finally arrived, and it's exiting the station. We're going to talk about how hot and what's coming with it.
And it was a controversial invitation for former President Trump speaking at the National Association of Black Journalists Convention. This morning, the clash between him and the moderators and the backlash. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks so much for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Thursday, August 1st, and we start this half hour with major breaking news out of Russia this morning. Bloomberg reports Russia is releasing Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich and former U.S. Marine Paul Whelan as part of a major prisoner swap.
Now, the prisoners could return to the U.S. as early as today. Details on the deal, including who the U.S. is releasing in this exchange, are not known yet, and neither government has commented publicly on this matter. Paul Whelan was arrested back in December of 2018 when he was accused of spying, receiving a 16-year prison sentence back in June of 2020. Evan Gershkovich was reporting for the Wall Street Journal when he was arrested in March of last year, marking the first time a journalist working for an American outlet had been arrested on espionage charges since the Cold War.
We, of course, will keep you updated on this breaking story as we learn more, and on Good Morning America, they'll have the latest as well. Hey, let's check in with Mark in our first alert forecast as we kick off this new month.
Yeah, new month, new day, and we don't have as much smoke as you might think. The morning haze is pretty good. We're going to see that deteriorate over the weekend. 67 currently in Spokane, 62 into Coeur d'Alene. Really with sunshine, it's a beautiful start. Now the excessive heat warning that goes in and is in effect now through Saturday night, again with heat advisories for Colville, Sandpoint, all the way down into areas shaded in orange. We have weather alert days. That is going to be for Friday and Saturday because of the dangerous heat. Temperatures in excess of 100 degrees. We should have a record-setting day tomorrow. 4 things we want you to know. That heat wave is currently here. Smoky conditions, we're going to see those increase over the weekend. Again, the triple digits on Friday, and that hot and dry forecast all the way through next week. Right now, temperatures 52 in Deer Park, 65 in Espangle, Post Falls, Hayden, 62, 61. Looking pretty good. Here's your forecast. We're going to continue to see that smoke work its way into the region. So by tonight and into Friday, we're going to see that potential for that increased haze. It'll be higher elevation, but we're certainly going to feel it and see it. Today, plenty of sunshine. The haze coming in after you're leaving work, and we'll have a high today of 97 degrees.
Mark, thanks. We're following some more breaking news overnight. The Whitman County Sheriff's Office needs your help to find a missing teenage girl. This is 13-year-old Riley Morkfee from Rosalia. She was last seen yesterday evening around 6 at the Oaksdale City Pool. The Sheriff's Office believes Riley is staying with acquaintances in Spokane and was not taken against her will. Now, if you have any information about where she may be, call the Whitman County Sheriff's Office. That number is on your screen, 509-397-6266. Former President Donald Trump participated in an interview at the National Association of Black Journalists annual convention in Chicago yesterday.
And the former president is now facing blowback because of his comments there. Hannah Joy is at the Breaking Now desk. Hannah, why was this conversation with Trump so controversial?
So, Robin, let's start here. This was already a controversial invitation by the National Association of Black Journalists to invite former President Trump. It initially started with Trump defending his right to be there. The main goal of this conversation was to woo black voters, but many attendees did not understand the reasoning behind Trump's invitation. In a statement, NABJ President Ken Lemon said, "While NABJ does not endorse political candidates, a journalism organization, we understand the serious work of our members and welcome the opportunity for them to ask the tough questions that will provide the truthful answers Black Americans want and need to know." This conversation took a sharp turn when Trump clashed with the moderators and delivered personal attacks on Vice President Kamala Harris's multiracial identity.
She was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
At an event in Houston, Texas, Vice President Harris responded to Trump's comments.
And it was the same old show. The divisiveness and the disrespect. And let me just say, the American people deserve better. The American people deserve better. The American people deserve a leader who tells the truth, a leader who does not respond with hostility and anger when confronted with the facts. We deserve a leader who understands that our differences do not divide us.
As of now, Harris will not be attending the convention. She offered to speak virtually, but NABJ did not accept. Coming up in the next half hour, we are turning our attention to the U.S. reaching a plea deal with 9/11 mastermind Khalid Muhammad. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
In our Fire Watch coverage, outside of Lewiston, everyone who evacuated for the Glen fire can now return home, but should be ready to leave again in case conditions change. Recent rain helped the fire crews, who say the fire is now about 65% contained. It tore through 45 square miles of land, as well as some homes and businesses.
This morning, a Grant County man is in jail for starting a wildfire in Soap Lake Tuesday. Take a look at this photo. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says 25-year-old David Tesluk was burning trash outside when the fire started. It grew to a total of 57 acres before it was knocked down. It destroyed 4 RVs, 4 cars, 7 outbuildings, and damaged 1 home. 1 person is hospitalized from that smoke, and Tesluk is charged with first-degree reckless burning.
Police arrested a man suspected in a drive-by shooting that led to a standoff in North Spokane. According to police, 58-year-old Randall Bushell fired a shotgun at someone on North Crestline Tuesday evening and drove away. Police found Bushell's car near East Frederick and North Dearborn. After a standoff that lasted hours, he was finally taken into custody around 1 o'clock yesterday morning. He's charged with assault, drive-by shooting, and unlawful possession of a firearm.
Nearly 100 homes are set to be built on the Glen Rose Prairie, and neighbors are concerned about the changes it's already causing. The construction site is right next to Chase Middle School, and in the area of 37th and Glen Rose, neighbors of the new development say they start hearing construction vehicles around 7 o'clock in the morning and say traffic in the neighborhood has already increased over the last few months. And that's only going to continue as dozens of new homes are being built nearby.
It's going to take, they said, probably 5 years for it to be complete, right? So this is my reality for 5 years, right? These are the sounds and sights that I will see for 5 more years.
Ariane Fleming says she understands the need for housing in the area, but she wishes there was more communication from the developers and the county. She says she was blindsided by the developers telling her neighbors that her street would be the main entrance for this new development. Well, for the first time in 8 years, people in Spokane County can apply for a housing voucher.
For many people, that means the difference between sleeping on the streets or sleeping in a home. Applications for the program officially opened yesterday. The Spokane Housing Authority says in the last 24 hours, it received 1,700 applications.
It's certainly an indicator to us that we know the need for housing assistance throughout Spokane County is significant. We anticipate we're going to receive many more applications to our waiting list over the next week.
To qualify for the Housing Choice Voucher wait list, a household of 3 can make up to $44,050 a year. The application closes this coming Monday, August 5th. For the link to see if you qualify and to apply, just look for this story on KXLY.com. Our time's now 6:08.
Checking back in with Mark Peterson here, looking at August as we look ahead.
For the month.
Yes.
For the month.
For the entire month. Above average temperatures.
No.
So we have excessive heat warnings in effect through Saturday night, but we are going to see, with the National Prediction Center, a hotter than average August period. It's going to be a long, hot, dry fire season. We'll have more forecasts for you coming up.
I'm live in downtown Coeur d'Alene with Valerie and Morgan, and we're giving you a sneak peek of some of the businesses you can check out this weekend at the Downtown Street Fair coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
The stress of starting a new school year is real, and so is the stress of paying for college. If you're waiting to hear about financial aid from the government, be ready for a little more stress. The latest FAFSA headaches right after the break.
Also ahead, 1 year ago, an 8-year-old Spokane Valley boy saved his mom's life. See how the fire department is now honoring this young hero. Next on Good Morning Northwest.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. Our story began with my dad becoming forgetful, that then morphed into an Alzheimer's diagnosis. And at the same time, my mom had Parkinson's. I want the best for my parents because they wanted the best for me. I think if I had Caeurs, I would have had a different reality. There's a little less pressure, a lot less fear. Caeurs and your ability to take it to another state is huge.
Experience the magic and share the joy at Disney's Frozen, the spectacular new musical. From the producer of The Lion King and Aladdin, this beloved story comes to life on stage in an unforgettable theatrical experience. You've never seen Frozen like this.
Disney's Frozen is now on stage at First Interstate Center for the Arts through August 4th. Don't be left out in the cold. Get tickets today at BroadwaySpokane.com.
You know, if you were cash back and you could earn on everything with just one card, Chase Freedom Unlimited. So if you're off the racking or crab cracking, you're cash backing. Cash back on flapjacks, baby backs, or tacos at the Taco Shack.
Nah, I'm working on my six-pack.
Switch to a King Suite.
Or book a silent retreat.
Silent retreat? Oh, hold up. Yeah, I can't talk right now. I'm at a silent retreat. Cash back on everything you buy with Chase Freedom Unlimited with no annual fee. How do you cash back? Chase, make more of what's yours.
The time to buy is now. Yes, RV show pricing continues at R&R RV in North Spokane. Over 125 RVs are indoors at 525 East Francis. You'll save thousands with rebates and show discounts on Coeur, Rockwood, Montana, Class B vans, and more. Everything show price. You don't want to shop in this heat. Shop over 125 RVs indoors now at R&R RV in North Spokane, 525 East Francis, or online at rnrrv.com.
Higher prices, a wide-open border, dysfunction in D.C. We need new leadership in Washington. We need Michael Baumgartner. He'll stop the reckless spending. Baumgartner will work to close the southern border once and for all. And he'll never stop fighting for Eastern Washington families. It's time for a change. It's time for a common sense conservative. It's time for Michael Baumgartner in Congress. Conservatives for American Excellence is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It is 6:12. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. Only weeks before classes begin, another FAFSA setback could delay financial aid for college students this fall.
On Tuesday, the Education Department said colleges will not be able to submit corrections in bulk to update students' financial aid records. It's the latest setback in the launch of the new free application for federal student aid website, also known as FAFSA. Colleges have been waiting months to send batches of corrected records. Submitting revisions manually could delay student aid disbursements, leaving some students unable to pay their bills and fees on time.
Some Instagram users have been informed some of their photos have been permanently deleted from the app's stories archives and are unable to be recovered. Meta, which owns Instagram, declined to share how many users were affected by, but said only the people whose stories were lost will see the notification. Experts say the bug serves as a reminder for you not to rely on an app to save photos and videos and ensure you have backup copies.
All right, good morning. It really is a nice morning out there. Things are going to change a little bit. Sunny and hot today in our 10-second takeaway. Make sure you're hydrating. That's drinking water. Things with electrolytes help bring it back quickly. 97 the high today.
Now, this story is so cool. This cartoon here is about the incredible story of a Spokane Valley 8-year-old who bravely saved his mom last July. Leonel Bermudez called 911 when his mom, Monica, suffered a seizure in their family's kitchen, saving her life. 7 months ago, the Spokane Valley Fire Department honored Leonel with a life-saving award for his actions. Now it's gone one step further by immortalizing his bravery in a cartoon.
I called 911 and was the firefighters I wanted to help. I stayed home the whole time. When they arrived, I checked to make sure it was them. While they helped my mom, I took care of my little sister.
Oh, such a good son and big brother. Well, in addition to honoring Leonel, the cartoon was created to show kids in our community that calling 911 not only saved lives, but it isn't as scary as it may seem.
That's so great. And
So
his sweet, sweet voice.
Love it.
Oh, my gosh.
Your Good Morning Northwest time right now, 6:14.
And Mark is talking more potential record-breaking temps. His full forecast is coming up. We thank you for waking up with Good Morning Northwest on your Thursday. We'll be right back.
Ford summer sales event is on. Amazing offers on the best-selling trucks in America for 47 years. Don't wait. Get the deal you can't miss. Lease a 2024 F-150 STX Super Crew for just $399 a month. Only at your local Ford dealer.
As a civilian working in Iraq, I saw firsthand the courage of our troops. Today, too many veterans are struggling with addiction, homelessness, and pain. I'm Michael Baumgartner, and I approve this message because when I get to Congress, I'll make sure that our vets get the support they've earned.
Our biggest challenge? Uncertainty. Hidden fees, surcharges, who knows what to expect.
Turn shipping to your advantage.
Keep it simple with clear upfront pricing.
With USPS Ground Advantage.
Your minivan is out for this match. Looks like you need some kind of quick payment to settle this whole mess.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to those one call that's all guys.
We want to make sure you're actually taken care of after an accident like this and compensated fairly for everything you've had to go through.
At Craig Swap & Associates, we don't get paid until you win.
One call, that's
509-999-9999.
I'm Tiffany Smiley, and I approve this message.
He's been in office way too long. He's completely out of touch. Even voted to give total amnesty and citizenship to millions of illegal immigrants. You might be thinking Joe Biden, but it's Dan Newhouse. That's right, Amnesty Dan and Sleepy Joe work together to encourage the invasion of gangs, drugs, and crime into our communities. So now it's time for Dan and Joe to go.
Introducing Allison's Black Psoriasis. She thinks her flaky gray patches are all people see.
Otezla is the #1 prescribed pill to treat black psoriasis. Over here. Otezla can help you get clearer skin and reduce itching and flaking with no routine blood tests required. Doctors have been prescribing Otezla for over a decade. Otezla is also approved to treat psoriatic arthritis. Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions can happen. Otezla may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Some people taking Otezla had depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss. Upper respiratory tract infection and headache may occur.
With clear skin, Girls' Day Out is a good day out. Live in the moment. Ask your doctor about Otezla.
The Make It Ford summer sales event is on. Amazing offers, like the Built Wild Bronco family. Get the deal you can't miss. Lease a 2024 Bronco Sport Big Ben for just $369 a month, only at your local Ford dealer.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com. Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's now 6:18. One of the biggest outdoor festivals in the state is coming to the Gorge George this weekend. Watershed starts tomorrow.
Headline acts at the Country Music Festival include Old Dominion, Luke Bryan, and Hardy. Washington State Patrol is partnering with other law enforcement agencies to have some extra patrols in the area. The goal is to reduce serious car crashes. Watershed runs through Sunday night. A great lineup. It's going to be super fun.
Super hot.
Super hot. I was thinking, like, that's going to be the big thing. Stay hydrated, try to stay cool. There's not a ton of shade, you know.
Water. It's going to be one of the hottest tickets in the state.
Oh. I see what you tried there.
All right, drink plenty of water. It's a fun event, but you got to drink your water, okay? Make sure you're getting plenty of rest. Take some breaks in the shade. Shedderville is out there. You can go visit them. They're right at the entrance to the campground. All right, 62 in downtown right now, 52 into Deer Park. We look at what we can expect when it comes to the smoke. We're going to see increased smoke coming in. Now, it's not going to be ground level. It looks like it'll be higher in elevation as it mixes in from the south. That's going to arrive tonight around dinner time. Now, the heat is going to follow. We have weather alert days for Friday and Saturday. A record heat on Friday. It's the entire region. If you're going to be traveling, you need to be careful. You need to be prepared. 97 for the high today. Going to be sunny and hot. Wind's going to be light. Not much moving right now. Again, we'll see hazier conditions tonight. Mostly clear. A little bit of haze and 65 for the overnight low. And those winds remaining light. So it's going to get harder and harder to cool down homes and apartments using, again, the air and pushing that around in the early early morning hours. We do have an excessive heat warning from Winthrop all the way down into the Palouse, all the way to the Tri-Cities, and then heat advisories wrapping around that. It's hot everywhere you go. 97 for us, 94 up north into Colville. You're going to have triple digits. That's from Omak, Grand Coulee, Moses Lake, 103. Those still fighting fires are going to be really in it hard. They're going to be switching out crews, trying to give them a little bit of relief, but it's going to be a rough go. 94, Coeur d'Alene, and into Kellogg. We'll have 102 tomorrow. That'll be a new record, 100 on Saturday, and then mid to upper 90s all of next week.
Wow. Strap in. We're getting back on the heat train.
All right, send some positive thoughts to the firefighters.
Yes.
They're going to need it.
Definitely. It's now 6:20.
This weekend, downtown Coeur d'Alene is transforming for a bunch of fun events.
4 News Now's Allison Martinez is live to break down everything you can look forward to coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
From Star Wars, Daisy Ridley and Lisa Vanderpump. I'm just fascinated by everything you do. I'm like, what don't you do?
Oh, there's a couple of things. Ask my husband.
Watch Kelly today at a special time.
50th, dead last. Washington has the lowest number of law enforcement officers per capita of any state. That's unacceptable. As governor, I'll fix it. Public safety is my top priority. I'll hire more police and first responders, create a statewide response unit to tackle the fentanyl crisis, and invest the $1 billion I won from drug companies to increase treatment. Washingtonians must feel safe and be safe for our state to thrive.
Oh, my denture is uncomfortable.
Dracula, let's fight back against discomfort with new Polygrip Power Max Hold and Comfort. It has superior hold, plus keeps us comfy all day with its pressure-absorbing layer.
Time for the bite.
If your mouth could talk, it would ask for
Polygrip.
Our cost of living is out of control, and people are hurting. Gas, food, and housing prices are among the nation's highest. The cost of crime is soaring, and we're the worst for taxes and spending. As governor, I will fund what works, fix what doesn't, and stop spending money we just don't have. Bob Ferguson won't change a thing. I will, and that's the difference.
Dave Reichert.
goddesses. I bring the vitality of sun.
And I the sea. I took the kids swimming, hit up the farmer's market, and crushed my sales call. Typical Tuesday.
Awaken your inner goddess with Vitafusion's delicious and nutritious gummies. Unwrap new Vitafusion soft chews, available now.
This election season, 4 News Now asked what concerns you most. You said the Scraps Animal Shelter controversy. How would the people asking for your vote solve the problem? We get answers tonight after the game on a special edition of 4 News Now.
Well, it's almost election time. Typical politicians trying to tell us they're conservative.
Yeah, well, that's not Congressman Newhouse. He worked with the liberals to try to remove Trump. And don't get me started on that Sessler.
He's not just a vegan.
Sessler wants a 30% tax on everything we buy.
Even my haircut.
Even my beer. He wants 30% if I want to buy new land.
So the choice is a never-Trumper or a vegan.
Tiffany Smiley.
Oh, Smiley's the one.
I really like her.
MWSA Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
It is 6:23 in our For the People coverage. The primary election is now just 5 days away. We asked you what issues concern you most this election season, and several of you answered the scraps controversy in Spokane County. From mismanagement to adoptable animals being put down, scraps has been accused of breaking its own rules. The community is asking, why is scraps taking in fewer animals than it used to?
It seems that lots of people have spoken up, and you know, I'd like to see more politicians get involved and work together, because you know, right now taxpayers are paying for this service and they're not doing this service.
Why does Scraps say, what does Scraps say regarding these accusations? Plus, we asked county commissioners, candidates, how they would address your concerns. We'll have your answers in our For the People coverage tonight in a special edition of 4 News Now at 8 o'clock. Coeur d'Alene's biggest weekend is almost here. Art on the Green, Taste of Coeur d'Alene, and the city's street fair all kick off tomorrow.
Then the Antique and Classic Boat Festival starts on Saturday, and our Allison Martinez is live in downtown Coeur d'Alene to explain everything you need to know before this busy weekend. And Allison, looks like you got a really nutritious breakfast next to you.
Oh yeah, breakfast has never been so sweet. I'm joined by Valerie and Morgan this morning, and they are representing Lush Cotton Candy. They're a Spokane business who will be here this weekend. Now, walk us through your business, everything that you guys have to offer here.
We have 28 flavors to offer. We have candy toppings, we have stuffed candy cones, and you can mix flavors, you can layer flavors. It's wonderful.
And this isn't just your normal cotton candy flavors. We've got some cool ones. I've even taste tested them this morning. We have strawberry kiwi lemonade, huckleberry, gummy peach, so much to choose from. It's
yes.
So very cool.
Yes.
Now you guys will be out here this weekend. Tell us where you'll be positioned and what people can expect from you.
Well, we will be in front of the Highland Day Spa, right across from the Coeur d'Alene shops. And you walk up, you see the 28 flavors, you get to pick your flavor, we spin it fresh for you.
Yes.
You can add a candy topping like Pop Rocks, and it's a great treat. Everyone loves it.
So very cool. Morgan, you're showing off a triple decker right now. This is, like we said, not your normal cotton candy situation. And the cool thing about you guys is you have an actual storefront in Spokane, right?
Yes. So
people can come check you out.
Yes.
What do you have there?
Everything cotton candy. So you name it, from all 50 of our flavors. We only bring 28 to market, but all 50 of our flavors. And then you can have cotton candy candles, candies that are cotton candy flavored that I've curated myself that I deem to be cotton candy flavored.
I love it. Well, thank you guys so much. The scents, it's just amazing, out of this world. We appreciate you joining us.
Thank
we'll have
you.
more information on how you can join and check out Lush Cotton Candy this weekend on our website, kxly.com. Back to you guys in studio.
I don't think I could name 50 flavors.
50. Wow.
That's wild.
We must check it out.
Yes, for
it's
sure.
Now 6:26.
And a community coming together to clean up from the Upper Cemetery fire, the big mess it left behind in one Spokane cemetery. That's coming up.
And the U.S. strikes a plea deal with the man known as the mastermind of 9/11. What charges he won't see. That's next. As we send you to a break, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a new twist in the baby reindeer lawsuit.
You say this woman's stalking you?
Yeah, like 6 months maybe.
Why'd it take you so long to report it?
I think she needs help.
Richard Gadd created and stars in Baby Reindeer, which he says he based on his real experience with an alleged stalker who sent him more than 41,000 emails and left him 350 hours of voicemails.
Honestly, where were you last night? You need to tell me if you're not working.
The first episode even says on screen, this is a true story. But this woman, Scottish lawyer Fiona Harvey, says that character is based on her, filing a $170 million defamation lawsuit against Netflix, telling Piers Morgan,
"It's taken over enough of my life. I find it quite obscene. He's a liar." And my friends say likewise.
And coming up at 7 a.m., legal expert Dan Abrams weighs in live. With your GMA First Look, I'm Trevor Ault, ABC News, New York.
When your child has moderate to severe eczema, it's okay for them to show off. Show off their clearer skin and noticeably less itch with Dupixent. Because children 6 months and older with eczema have plenty of reasons to show off their skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, they can stay ahead of their eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your child's skin from within. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your child's eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
Not the best sound to start your day with, is it? Your next decision should be to call Precision.
Our professionally trained technicians are here to provide you with award-winning service every time. Our trucks are rolling warehouses, so we can get you back up and running fast. Need a new door? We do that too. And right now, get a new garage door, Wi-Fi opener, and remote combo installed for as low as $34 per month and up to $500 in cashback savings. Call or book online today.
4 News Now and STCU are recognizing volunteers who make a difference in our community. Today we honor Susan Osborne. Susan is the Executive Director of Spokane Helpers Network.
It's really wonderful when people come up to us and let us know how much they appreciated receiving food when their cupboards, refrigerator were bare.
Susan is the driving force behind Spokane Helpers Network, delivering resources and necessities to neighbors in need.
Thanks to STCU for helping to make sure volunteers count.
Calling all captains. Whether you're a pontoon pirate with a large crew or a solo rider who carves up glassy lakes, all wakes lead to Allsport. Allsport has a huge selection of Sea-Doo watercraft. Who has it all? Allsport has it all. Join our local team in celebrating 40 years in business. Financing available on Can-Am, Riker, Spyder, and more. If you're looking to make 2024 the most adventurous year yet, then have it all at Allsport. Just off I-90 in Liberty Lake.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Major breaking news out of Russia this morning. Bloomberg reports Russia is releasing Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich and former U.S. Marine Paul Whelan as part of a major prisoner swap.
Now, the prisoners could return to the U.S. as early as today. Details on the deal, including who the U.S. is releasing in this exchange, are not known yet, and neither government has commented publicly on this matter. Now, Paul Whelan was arrested back in December of 2018 when he was accused of spying, receiving a 16-year prison sentence in June of 2020. Evan Gershkovich was reporting for the Wall Street Journal when he was arrested in March of last year, marking the first time a journalist working for an American outlet had been arrested on espionage charges since the Cold War.
And we will continue updating you on this breaking story. Of course, the latest coming up on GMA.
Let's get over to Mark now with a look at our first alert forecast.
All right, good morning. We have heat, and it is here. Excessive heat warning today, Friday, and Saturday, all the way through Saturday night. Heat advisories wrapping around that in orange. So again, drinking water, taking breaks in AC when you can, seeking shade for a little bit. We have, again, a slight haze today. 67 degrees currently. Winds are light, less than 10 miles an hour. Expecting that to continue through today. And, of course, the heat wave is underway, and the 4 things we want you to know. Smoky conditions moving in for the weekend. Will be in triple digits for Friday, and it is a hot and dry forecast all the way into next week. 52 currently in Deer Park. Into Spangle, you've warmed to 65, 63 into Post Falls. So we've got lots going on here with varying temperatures, but all of it relatively cool compared to what we'll be seeing moving into the weekend and next week. Smoke forecast, yeah, the potential is there for hazy conditions to move across for Friday. Our high today is going to be 97 degrees with a hazy night.
The United States Department of Defense has reached a plea deal with so-called 9/11 mastermind Khalid Mohammed.
It's been reported that there are also 2 other co-defendants that were a part of that 9/11 terror attack. Hannah Joy is at the Breaking Now desk this morning with information we need to know about this plea deal. Hannah.
So, Natalie, the Department of Defense announced a deal was made for Khalid Mohammed and his 2 co-defendants. Mohammed was captured in Pakistan in 2003. He was charged in 2008 with a list of crimes for his alleged involvement in the deadly attack that killed nearly 3,000 people on September 11, 2001. The plea deal was reached after 27 months of negotiations and takes the death penalty off the table for the 3 men. In a letter notifying the families of 9/11 victims and survivors, the 3 men are expected to plead guilty at a hearing as early as next week. Some 9/11 victims are unhappy with the plea deal.
The ones that suffered the loss, but they're making deals for them, for what they want.
As part of the agreement, the 3 men agreed to answer written questions from the surviving 9/11 victims and victims' families. According to the letter, families will have 45 days to submit questions. The Biden administration says it played no role in the plea agreement. 9/11 victims' families were also in court yesterday for a civil case, trying to hold Saudi Arabia accountable for its role in the attacks. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now. Now.
Hannah, thanks. New on Good Morning Northwest, the city of Coeur d'Alene will soon have a new mayor. According to the Coeur d'Alene Press, longtime city councilman Woody McEvers was appointed Wednesday by the city council in a unanimous vote. McEvers was the only nominee. He'll take over on September 1st when current mayor Jim Hammond steps aside.
In news around the Northwest, Boeing has named a veteran of the aerospace industry as its new CEO. Robert Kelly Ortberg will take over as the company is dealing with legal, regulatory, and production issues. Ortberg previously served as CEO of supplier Rockwell Collins. He has a background as an engineer, not in finance, which could encourage some who have criticized Boeing's management in the past for caring more about the money than engineering quality. Ortberg will be based in Seattle rather than at its headquarters in Virginia. Washington Senator Patty Murray released a statement saying, "It's good that the new CEO will be based in Seattle, but they should move headquarters back to Washington state as well. Boeing should return to its roots, listen to its workers, particularly those who actually build their planes, and put safety and quality first."
A local group came together to clean headstones at the Greenwood Cemetery off Government Way last night. The stones were tainted pink, a reddish color, due to the retardant sprayed in the area to protect them from the upper cemetery fire burning in the area last Friday. Although the initiative was spearheaded by Team Blaze, it brought together various community members.
It feels like it's good to give back. Lots of people do stuff for our family all the time, and I was thinking about it over the weekend with the fire threatening the cemetery, and I thought, you know, what will it be like 100 years from now? Will anybody be taking care of it? Will anybody care? And for these people, that's us.
Now, the group scrubbed the tombstones on their hands and knees, some even on each other's shoulders. Although their efforts were not enough to remove all the stains, volunteers say they hope their work inspires others to do the same. And I'm sure the families of the people in there are so appreciative.
And by the way, Team Blaze, did they all look really sporty? Well, they are, I had to look it up. I wasn't familiar. They are a triathlon and multi-sport educational community.
Oh, so fun.
Yeah, good for them. Nice to see it. Gonna be hot, whatever you're doing this weekend.
Yes.
Really hot.
For some, they want to escape, and they want to get someplace that may be a little cooler. Well, in our camping forecast, I think we found the spot a little cooler, and that's going to be Riverview RV Park. And again, you're going to head north, and we're going to talk more about that. But 96 Saturday, Sunday 93. A full check of the forecast coming up.
The cost of childcare can be a serious hindrance and source of stress for families, but a new proposal in Washington, D.C. hopes to ease that burden. What senators are voting on today.
Plus, there is a concerning spike in cancer cases in younger generations. Which age groups are feeling the effects, and what doctors say could be behind this trend. That's next.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
I'm Jacqueline Maycomber.
Jacqueline Maycomber will work for us. A former law enforcement officer, a rancher, a conservative. She'll seal the border and won't take any bull from D.C.
I'm Jacqueline Maycomber, and I approve this ad.
The Make It Ford Summer Sales event is on. Amazing offers and a great selection of Ford vehicles, like the Built Wild Bronco family, with a deal you just can't miss. Your biggest adventures are waiting. So make it Ford. Make it yours. Make it now. I want that. Lease a 2024 Bronco Sport Big Bend for just $369 a month. Only at your local Ford dealer. I want that.
Why do dermatologists worldwide recommend La Roche-Posay? Effective skincare like La Roche-Posay Double Repair Face Moisturizer delivers double action to help repair skin's barrier and provide 48-hour hydration for healthy-looking skin. La Roche-Posay.
Democratic candidate Carmilla Conroy doesn't fit our district. She wants higher taxes for the rich and Obamacare for everyone. Democrat Carmilla Conroy is too far left, and that isn't right.
I'm Michael Baumgartner, and I approve this message.
Well, it's almost election time. Typical politicians trying to tell us they're conservative.
Yeah, well, that's not Congressman Newhouse. He worked with the liberals to try to remove Trump. And don't get me started on that Sessler.
He's not just a vegan.
Sessler wants a 30% tax on everything we buy.
Even my haircut.
Even my beer. He wants 30% if I want to buy new land.
So the choice is a never-Trumper or a vegan.
Tiffany Smiley.
Oh, Smiley's the one.
I really like her.
MWSA Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Man.
I can take real good care of you. See? Works perfectly for you, right?
At Craig Swap & Associates, we don't get paid until you win.
One call, that's all. 509-999-9999.
Jacqueline is a former officer and has witnessed fentanyl devastate our communities. She led the charge to criminalize deadly drugs and bolster our police force. I stand with law enforcement officers in endorsing Jacqueline.
I'm Jacqueline Maycumber, and I approve this ad.
Good morning and welcome back. It's now 6:40. Any working parent will tell you childcare costs have skyrocketed. The numbers don't lie. Parents have seen prices rise at nearly double the pace of inflation. Daycare and preschool costs are up 263% since 1990. A new proposal from Senators Tim Kaine of Virginia and Katie Britt of Alabama aims to make childcare more affordable by retooling existing tax credits to help working parents.
Nearly double the size of the tax credit, and we make it refundable. A lot of low-income families are not paying federal income tax, so the tax credit doesn't help them. You make it refundable, they can use it.
The proposal also includes grant money to boost pay for workers to hopefully keep them from fleeing to higher-paying jobs in other industries. The Senate is expected to vote today on a separate proposal that would, among other things, expand the child tax credit. But that bill is expected to fail. Opponents want more time to consider it.
Well, consider this, your 10-second takeaway. It's going to be sunny and hot today, hotter than yesterday. Make sure you're hydrating. That's drinking water, taking breaks, getting into those cooling centers if you can. There, libraries. 97 the high today.
In news for your health this morning, cancer cases are rising among young adults in the country. And a new study has identified 17 cancer types that appear to be more common in millennials and Generation X than in older age groups. And it includes breast, colon, rectal, and pancreatic cancers, but especially uterine cancers, which have a 169% higher incident rate for people born in the 1990s versus the 1950s. While 10 of the 17 cancers are related to obesity, one reason for the increase in cases is thought to be from changes in the environment and lifestyle.
Good morning. Northwest time is now 6:42 on the nose.
We are headed into a very busy weekend in the Lake City, and Allison Martinez is live with us this morning with all the details on the fun.
We're introducing you to all of the vendors that you can meet and check out this weekend at the street fair. We're giving you a sneak peek coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Making the Olympics takes training.
Same's true if you want to be Attorney General.
Our dad, Nick Brown, is ready for the job. After law school, he was an Army JAG officer. Worked for the governor where he stood up to Donald Trump. The president appointed him U.S. Attorney.
We cracked down on drug trafficking and violent crime and always defended our fundamental rights.
I don't think Dad's going to make the Olympics.
But a lot of people know he's going to be a great Attorney General.
You're busy, so at Car Wash Plaza, we're open 24/7 to match your schedule. Plus, we have safety surveillance lights and security cameras throughout the facility. It's easy with multiple payment options, cash, debit, or credit. There's even more reasons to visit our Car Wash Plaza. Our discount cars ensure major savings, and they're good at all our locations.
Car Wash Plaza, it's the best in the Northwest.
I'm Mike Kelly. As a business owner and citizen, I feel Olympia's overreach, just like you. That's why I'm running for Washington State Senate District 4 to push back.
Mike Kelly will safeguard families, secure a prosperous future, and is committed to accountability.
Washington's made mistakes, but there's hope. I know because I've made mistakes and made a comeback. So let's work together, because Washington's worth saving.
Paid for by Mike Kelly for Washington, Republican.
I have a love for design, and here at Wildfires, I am the window treatment specialist. If you have needs for window shades or drapery or anything that can help enhance your home, please come in and visit us. I came to Wildflowers for the opportunity to help customers find ways to renovate and update their home and love the space that they live in. We offer multiple discounts year-round. It's gratifying to have customers come in and tell us about the new products that they have and their enthusiasm for the new look and the new update.
50th, dead last. Washington has the lowest number of law enforcement officers per capita
of any state. That's unacceptable. As governor, I'll fix it. Public safety is my top priority. I'll hire more police and first responders, create a statewide response unit to tackle the fentanyl crisis, and invest the $1 billion I won from drug companies to increase treatment. Washingtonians must feel safe and be safe for our state to thrive.
Watch live with Kelly and Mark, weekdays at 9 a.m.
Welcome back. It is now 6:45. The Lake City is coming alive this weekend with music, arts and crafts, food, and so much more.
The Downtown Street Fair, Taste of Coeur d'Alene, and Art on the Green kick off tomorrow. Then the Antique and Classic Boat Festival starts Saturday. 4 News Now's Allison Martinez is live in downtown Coeur d'Alene for a sneak peek with some of the vendors that you can look forward to finding. Hi, Allison.
Yes, good morning. I'm here with Sarah from Linked Studios. This is one of the businesses in downtown Coeur d'Alene, and you'll be doing a little demo for us of you do permanent jewelry, which is so cool, and you're gonna show us how it all works. Is that right?
That's correct.
All right, we're gonna take a seat, we're gonna walk you through it, and then I'll just have you tell us a little bit about how this works and what you do for your business.
Yes, so the customer chooses their chain. We have like roughly 200 to choose from, and then we find the perfect fit. So whether you want like a bracelet, an anklet, or a necklace, we'll measure you out, which we already did beforehand. We also have charms and connectors that we can add.
How cool.
And then we weld it on you. So then it is there to stay. So it'll last as long as you want it to.
Wow.
I've had mine on roughly 3 years about
Oh my
now.
goodness.
So
Wow.
and we do everyone from like kids, up to, I think our oldest customer is about 96 years old.
Wow, that's so cool. What a fun thing to do with friends and family too. Like
Oh,
a
it
little
is.
friendship bracelet.
Yep.
How cool. Now, so you do bracelets, wow, did you guys catch that? That is so cool. Wow. So how exactly did you adhere it permanently?
So this is a little micro welder. So these are grounded pliers. So the electricity runs through and it's actually like welding, just on a much smaller scale. And then it closes up the jump ring, you can tug on it, and then it's just there to stay.
Wow, and ta-da, I've got a permanent bracelet. That's the coolest jewelry experience
So it's
I've
nice
ever
and
had.
quick, and then, it's definitely fun for we have a lot of families coming in, mother and daughters, there's husbands and wives, and it's like creating a little memory, and you always have it there.
That is so very special. How cool. Well, thank you for sharing
You're welcome.
us. And you also have a really cool interactive trucker hat little station that people can check out this weekend too. Is that right?
Yes, yep. So the customers will pick their trucker hat. We have tons of colors, youth colors as well. And then they pick all their patches. We have pins, we have chains, and then we put it together right on site.
Very cool. Now, where can people find you if they want to learn more about your business?
So Link Studios is located downtown Coeur d'Alene. So we are 3 blocks north of the resort. We're at 401 North 2nd Street. So in there, we do that. We also have like a cowboy hat bar, a charm bar, we do piercing, so all the fun girly things.
How fun. And you can check them out this weekend at the street fair. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We'll send it back to you guys in studio.
Yep.
So
I want
cool.
one.
The Link it's so cool and so trendy right now, and I want one too.
I
We
do
might have
too.
to go.
I think deal.
Heading to the farm in 2 weeks for harvest.
So you need a trucker hat. You don't need the jewelry.
A blinged trucker hat.
And a micro welder.
And a micro welder. Yes.
How'd you know?
I gotta check that out. It's so cool. All right, little cooler for our R&R camping forecast. We're going to Medellin Falls. It's going to be 96 Saturday, Sunday, 93. It's a bit of a break, but it's not the triple digits. Right now, as you're waking up in our area, you got some, 52 into Deer Park, 67 into the West Plains, 63 into Post Falls, 59 into Coeur d'Alene now, and along the river and lake, looking nice. All right. Smoke forecast. We're going to see increased chances of smoke coming in, certainly in the upper atmosphere. That's going to carry on through tonight. We also have weather alert days because of in excess of 100-degree heat Friday and Saturday. In fact, Friday looks to be a record high. That's tomorrow. 97 today. It is going to be hot and hazy tonight. Warmer than what we saw this morning, 65 degrees for the overnight low. And again, the excessive heat warning, not only for our area, but all the way over to the Cascades and the heat advisory that we see wrapped around that. So just about everywhere you travel. In fact, Missoula at 97 degrees today, will be at 97, 97 into Pullman, 106 into Lewiston. Now, we look at our planning forecast, and again, weather alert days for Friday, Saturday, 102. That would set a new fresh record. Saturday, 100. That would the current record's 101. So I mean, really close. And then we're into the mid to upper 90s all the way through next week. These record highs, if we get those 2 triple-digit days, that would make it 8 for the year, and that 2 would be a record number of triple-digit days for Spokane in a year.
And I think, you know, a lot of people say, well, it gets hot here, but not like this for this long and that extreme.
The last 4 years have been extremely hot for us.
Keep cool.
Mark, thanks. It's now 10 minutes before the hour.
Your morning sprint is coming up next.
Thanks for waking up with Good Morning Northwest on your Thursday. Be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Sports on 4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Life's busy. Off is not an option. You need to be on. On time, on the go, on the call, or just ready to play on. Life's waiting. Power on with Batteries Plus. Visit one of over 700 locations today.
Our cost of living is out of control, and people are hurting. Gas, food, and housing prices are among the nation's highest. The cost of crime is soaring, and we're the worst for taxes and spending. As governor, I will fund what works, fix what doesn't, and stop spending money we just don't have. Bob Ferguson won't change a thing. I will, and that's the difference.
Dave Reichert.
Goddesses, I bring the vitality of sun. And I the sea. I took the kids swimming, hit up the farmer's market, and crushed my sales call. Typical Tuesday.
Awaken your inner goddess with Vitafusion's delicious and nutritious gummies. Unwrap new Vitafusion soft chews, available now.
The time to buy is now. Yes, RV show pricing continues at R&R RV in North Spokane. Over 125 RVs are indoors at 525 East Francis. You'll save thousands with rebates and show discounts on Coeur, Rockwood, Montana, Class B vans, and more. Everything show price. You don't want to shop in this heat. Shop over 125 RVs indoors now at R&R RV in North Spokane, 525 East Francis, or online at rnrrv.com.
I'm Tiffany Smiley, and I approve this message.
He's been in office way too long. He's completely out of touch. Even voted to give total amnesty and citizenship to millions of illegal immigrants. You might be thinking Joe Biden, but it's Dan Newhouse. That's right. Amnesty Dan and Sleepy Joe worked together to encourage the invasion of gangs, drugs, and crime into our communities. So now it's time for Dan and Joe to go.
This election season, 4 News Now asked what concerns you most. You said the Scraps Animal Shelter controversy. How would the people asking for your vote solve the problem? We get answers tonight after the game on a special edition of 4 News Now.
Batteries Plus has the national scale for all your power needs and a dedicated expert for the local support you want. Power on with Batteries Plus Business.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
It is 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Thursday in the morning sprint.
Hannah Joy is in studio with the fallout from former President Trump's appearance at the National Association of Black Journalists annual convention in Chicago.
And Mark looking ahead to a couple of weather alert days in your forecast.
And Allison Martinez live in Coeur d'Alene this morning with a look ahead at several things to do in Lake City this weekend.
But first, major breaking news out of Russia this morning. Bloomberg reports Russia is releasing Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gerskovich and former U.S. Marine Paul Whelan as part of a major prisoner swap.
Now, the prisoners could return to the U.S. as early as today. Details on the deal, including who the U.S. is releasing in exchange, are not yet known, and neither government has commented publicly on this matter. Now, Paul Whelan was arrested back in December of 2018 when he was accused of spying, receiving a 16-year prison sentence in June of 2020. Evan Gerskovich was reporting for the Wall Street Journal when he was arrested in March of last year, marking the first time a journalist working for an American outlet had been arrested on espionage charges since the Cold War. We'll continue to keep you updated on this breaking story as we learn more.
More breaking news overnight. The Whitman County Sheriff's Office needs your help finding this missing teenage girl. 13-year-old Riley Morkby from Rosalia was last seen yesterday evening around 6 at the Oakdale City Pool. The Sheriff's Office believes that Riley is staying with acquaintances in Spokane and was not taken against her will. If you have any information about where Riley is, call the Whitman County Sheriff's Office. The number there on your screen is 509-397-6266.
Weather alert days coming in our first alert weather forecast. That's going to be for Friday and Saturday because of more triple-digit heat. It's the entire region. We want you to really pay attention. Now, today we're close to triple digits, 97 degrees, also into Pullman, 106 into Lewiston. We're going to see more smoke coming into the area, and that is going to be the issue for the weekend as well as the heat. I'll have more on those temperatures coming up.
Former President Donald Trump is facing backlash after his interview at the National Association of Black Journalists annual convention in Chicago. From the jump, this was already a controversial invitation to invite former President Trump. The main goal of this conversation was to woo black voters, but it took a sharp turn. When Trump clashed with the moderators and delivered personal attacks on Vice President Kamala Harris's multiracial identity, you can see what's next for each presidential campaign coming up on Good Morning America.
Defense has reached a plea deal with so-called 9/11 mastermind Khalil Muhammad and 2 co-conspirators. The plea deal was reached after 27 months of negotiations and takes the death penalty off the table. In a letter notifying the families of 9/11 victims and survivors, the 3 men are expected to plead guilty at a hearing as early as next week. As part of this agreement, the 3 men agreed to answer written questions from the surviving 9/11 victims and victims' families.
The Spokane County Sheriff's Office is searching for a man who shot at a woman while her 2 kids were in the car. Investigators say it happened at a parking lot near East Sprague and South Conklin, east of Sullivan Road last night. Deputies were told the man pulled out a pistol and shot at the woman. The bullet hit the driver's side window. The woman did have some minor injuries investigators say was most likely caused by flying glass. The children were not hurt.
In our Fire Watch coverage this morning outside of Lewiston, everyone who evacuated for the Gwen fire can now return back to their homes, but should be ready to leave in case the conditions change. A recent rain helps the fire crews, who say the fire is now 65% contained. It tore through 45 square miles of land as well as some homes and businesses.
New on Good Morning Northwest, the city of Coeur d'Alene will soon have a new mayor. According to the Coeur d'Alene Press, longtime city councilman Woody McEvers was appointed Wednesday by the city council in a unanimous vote. McEvers was the only nominee. He'll take over on September 1st when current mayor Jim Hammond steps aside.
This weekend, there are a ton of fun events you can check out in downtown Coeur d'Alene. We've got the Downtown Street Fair, Art on the Green, Taste of Coeur d'Alene, the Boat Festival, and so much more. It's a great opportunity to support local businesses, listen to some music, try out some new dishes. Most of these events kick off tomorrow at 10 a.m. For more, go to our website, kxly.com.
One of the biggest outdoor festivals in the state is coming to the Gorge at George this weekend. Watershed starts tomorrow.
Headlining acts at the Country Music Festival include Old Dominion, Luke Bryan, and Hardy. The Washington State Patrol is partnering with other law enforcement to increase patrols in the area. The goal is to reduce serious car crashes. Watershed runs through Sunday night. We'll be back with weather right after this.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
At Numerica, you'll find money answers for budgeters in their ramen era. Get money answers for you and only you. Learn more at numericacu.com.
Higher prices, a wide-open border, dysfunction in D.C. We need new leadership in Washington. We need Michael Baumgartner. He'll stop the reckless spending. Baumgartner will work to close the southern border once and for all. And he'll never stop fighting for Eastern Washington families. It's time for a change. It's time for a common sense conservative. It's time for Michael Baumgartner in Congress. Conservatives for American Excellence is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Not the best sound to start your day with, is it? Your next decision should be to call Precision. Our professionally trained technicians are here to provide you with award-winning service every time, so we can get you back up and running fast. Call or book online today.
So we take a live look out, and we don't have, again, a lot of haze today. Tomorrow we should see more into the upper atmosphere and making, again, hazy conditions in the morning. Our high today is going to be 97 degrees, 10 degrees warmer than what we had yesterday. We're going to see, again, the haze come in later on tonight, overnight through Friday. Also, weather alert days due to the record-breaking heat for Friday at 102, 100 on Saturday, and then it's going to be mid to upper 90s through next week. So drink plenty of water and just be cautious.
Thanks so much for waking up with us on Good Morning Northwest.
And we'll see you throughout the morning on Good Morning America with live local updates. We'll see you in a few.